different. I some Welcome to Between the Pages. I'm your host, Markela, and tonight we have author Shaquoya Johnson with us tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, girl. Where you joining us in from?
So I'm coming from Syracuse, New York.
Oh, New
Yes.
York. How's the weather there right now?
Well, it was strange. It was 60 degrees today, but
I think that's everywhere. We getting There's something going on, right?
hmm yeah, I was
It's
looking at the sky like, I don't know.
It's getting a little different out here.
hmm
Yeah, don't know if that means it's gonna be a hot summer or what that's gonna be, but
Yeah.
but it's gonna pop out. So before we dive into everything, let's just go back from the very beginning of how this all started. How did you start writing?
So I've always been an avid reader and writer growing up, jotting down notes, writing little songs here and there. But when I really started, I feel like was 2022 when I released my first book. I didn't tell anyone. I just was like, okay, let me see if I can do this. And then when I finished the book, I'm like, hey, y'all, I wrote a book. And they're like, wait, you wrote a
What?
book? But
What?
I soon realized that's not how it's supposed to go. But that was pretty much when I realized, okay, hey, this is like the start of my writing career.
So it just happened overnight. What was in your head beforehand? Like, I want to just publish this one book and see how it go. What was your thought process?
So I was working as a parent aide, and COVID had just happened. I was doing my bachelor's degree online, homeschooling my kids. And I really wanted like a change. I was thinking how, like, I don't want to live like a 9 to 5, do a 9 to 5 every day. You know what I mean? I really want something for myself to where I can retire at a decent age, enjoy my life, and be happy with my family. So I saw all of my Facebook friends doing entrepreneurship. Um, and then I said, you know what, let me see if I can try this. But where the story stem was from my own personal experience. So my first novel is loosely, my first two novels, my series is loosely based on a true story. So that's kind of like where it stemmed from, the story. So I said, let me try to write something. And I did.
Okay, so bring us back. What's the name of your first two novels for the viewers and readers?
So the name of my first two novels are A Fool for You. So this is A Fool for You one. And it's a two-part series. And I have A Fool for You too. So that's the
Mhm.
name of the series.
You definitely gotta send me a copy.
That would be nice. I would most certainly
Yes,
do
please
that.
send me a copy. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me what happens in I've read it, but let's just go
Okay.
in.
So, A Fool for You is about a young girl from Syracuse, New York, the typical Black teen growing up in poverty, who is looking for love, and when she finds that love, she becomes a fool for the wrong guy, getting sucked into his world of drama, to where she is really trying to figure out her life, to where she ends up fighting for her life. Trying to figure out, should I stay a fool for this guy or should I move on and find my true love forever?
Yeah.
So I truly believe that everyone has been a fool for someone before. That's a story that can really relate to other teens and adults living in poverty. And it also has a family dynamic, of course. And it also explains how certain things that happen in her life because of the situation that she chose to go through affected her family. And it also shows how other people in the family became a fool for whoever they were with. So I feel like a lot of people will really relate to that, especially with domestic violence and things like that. That's one thing I really wanted to pinpoint in that novel. Um, so yeah,
Was that an emotional roller coaster for you?
it definitely was. I would have to say when I say loosely based, it is, but some of the DV scenes are actual scenes, but
Yeah.
they're cut down a lot. Like there's
Mhm.
nowhere the amount
Here.
compared of what I went through compared
Right,
to the book.
right.
but it
Right.
definitely touched home, and at a point in time, I didn't even know if I was gonna finish the novel, so that's why I didn't tell anyone I was writing because I didn't know if I was gonna even finish it.
Mhm. So what was your inspiration behind just writing your writing career period?
My inspiration was me really finding something for me. As a kid, I always tried to figure out what was I really good at. You know, I loved dancing, I loved double dutch, doing all those things, but I wanted something for me. I wanted to find my niche. And
Mhm.
although, you know, I dived headfirst in, I did a little bit of research, but I felt like I could have done more. Um, and I really got to see like this is it. This is it. This is for me. And I truly love what I do. And I'm so happy that I started this journey because I don't know where I would have been right now if it wasn't for me really having this for me.
Right, and I know, like, writing your first book and seeing that you can do it give you the motivation to continue. Um,
Yeah.
so how many books have you written so far?
So I have 5 published books. I'm an indie author, so independently
Oh,
published.
girl. Yeah,
Thank you.
girl,
um,
that's not an easy road.
Oh, it's not. I'm still going strong. I've had my thoughts about going to a publishing agency, but I'm still going strong indie.
Yeah,
I want to learn more and really take hone into the author community and really doing what I feel is best for me at this time.
yes,
So,
yes. And I commend you on that. If you can do it and you pushing forward to doing it, see where it goes, and especially as your readers and your they grow and stuff like that. You start to see I can do this. I can do this. And I can get my all my royalties.
yes. All 70% from Amazon for right now.
I
Yes.
can get I can get all my royalties. So how do you normally come up with your subjects in your book?
So my way of writing is kind of like freelance. So I have like a list of
Everybody's a freestyle.
Well, wait, okay. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more. So
Okay.
I'll just think of titles. For example, I have a list of titles in my phone, and then I'll at the end of the year, I'll do my lineup and I'll determine how many books I want to release a year, and I'll pick from the titles. I try to do different genres to, you know, give something different to the readers. I may do a Halloween one, may want to do Christmas, fiction, kind of, or series, things like that. And then I do the synopsis. So once I get the synopsis down packed, then I'll just start writing whatever comes to my mind. And then at times, my shower is like my thinking space. I feel like every writer has their thinking space
Mhm.
where they come up with their ideas. So while I'm in the shower, I'll think of ideas and I may jot down the notes in like the notes section in my phone. And that helps me progress along with the book. So that's my process.
You said something unique, that's different that I can connect with. Because every writer, every author that comes on, I want to know like, what's your process? What's your ritual? How you do this, whatever. And then some people will say they got to get the name first, they got to get the title, they got to get the cover first, or whatever. And we have to write the synopsis.
Yeah.
And you said that, and I was like, get it, man. Get it.
Yeah.
Like I have to write the even if I go back and change the name, the
Mhm.
synopsis gotta be what it's gonna be, and
Yes.
I can go with the story.
Yes.
And but I know a lot of other authors that, I'm connected to and I talk to on the daily. They like, I gotta know my characters. I gotta pick their name. I gotta Google their name. Gotta see what it means. I gotta have the book cover. And I just love seeing everybody's different process of how to even get started to writing. And but me personally, I want the synopsis. I want to know what this
Mhm.
person has to do, and then I can work out the logistics of how to
Yeah.
get it. Yeah. So
Yes, that's me.
I like that. 'Cause damn, they just sleeping on that.
Yeah, it works.
Once
It
I
helps
got
me stay on track with what the book is about too, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can do the title and then not have the synopsis, and then you make the synopsis and it doesn't really fit the story, and then you're changing that, so I just feel like if I have something to go off of.
Because I wanna see the beginning, and then the end, I know what the end is looking like. It may change in between here, but
Mhm.
let me get the gist of how to
Yes,
navigate throughout the story once I figure out what he about to do and why he about to do this, and then
yes.
yes. But I struggle with this and everybody that comes on almost says, hate the synopsis. I struggle with the
Mhm,
synopsis. I can't stand the synopsis. Every author done said that to me.
mhm,
Um, that's the last step. That's the
mhm.
far out from them. And in my brain, I'm thinking, if you already know it, then just
Yeah,
work it out. That yeah. Because when you can't give away too much in
yeah,
the synopsis after you don't wrote the story. You can give
mhm.
away too much in it because now it's in your head. So if you already write it in the beginning, then you kind of just telling what it's about to be. Yeah. All right.
Yes,
We
yes,
understand. We got this. We understand.
yes, yes.
What is your favorite genre to write?
Well, urban fiction. I started off reading I've always been an avid reader as a child. I started off reading, like, fantasy books, Harry Potter. I like to challenge myself and read, like, the thicker books, and I loved a good series. So, I love a good series. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 parts, you can give me all the I love it
Oh,
all. But, urban fiction is where I love writing urban fiction, but I would have to say I did enjoy writing my latest novel because it was kind of like an urban horror. So it was very exciting. It was very exciting.
okay, so tell me about that story.
So a Halloween party in the hood is about a group of friends who go on a mission, and when they go do the job goes wrong. So they end up getting invited to a Halloween party, the Halloween party from hell, and they get trapped inside trying to get their way out. So it's like funny, it's hood, it gives Saw vibes, Tales from the Hood vibes. You just have to keep the lights on when you read it. So and I feel like it has a good message also. It's a group of kids who are really trying to do right by the neighborhood, but because they make bad choices, they just get caught up in the wrong thing. So it gives them a life learned lesson in the end, I feel like. Yeah.
But you still keep it kind of hood.
Oh, yeah, it's hood. It's a group of black men. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
What's the genre so what you haven't written in but you would like to?
So I would really love to do a biography book. I thought
Oh,
about doing a cookbook, and I also thought about doing a dream book. So those are a few things.
that's different.
Yeah, like my actual dreams, because my dreams are so vivid. And
Don't, girl,
what?
don't, don't
Look,
start.
Reset. She said, "Do it, do
Yes,
it."
I get no sleep because
Yeah.
my dreams are very, very vivid. They
Mhm.
are very lucid. I am everywhere in the world besides my bed.
Me too.
And it is so draining.
Yeah.
It is so draining to be and but I'm spiritual. So being a spiritual person, I mean, and then you dream and then you trying to figure out, I met this person, have any connection with my like
But
what
that
am
could be a reflection of someone.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
You talking to somebody that got a whole in there on my bookshelf. I have a big book called the Dream Book.
I have it too. I have a dream book.
I am like, I be like, I used to be so flip to the page, like, what this dream mean? Because I'm tired. But I realized, okay, this is my spiritual walk. And this is how God talks to me, or however the word, whatever I'm watching, or whatever has talked to me. And sometimes it can be draining.
Yeah.
It can be very draining
It's
because you
very
know,
powerful. Yeah.
yes, but yeah, it can be powerful and draining and exhausting because you're trying to figure out what is the message behind that dream. So yeah, so girl, if you can come out with a dream book, Listen, you gotta tell me what I supposed to be getting out of it though. Okay.
So that will be disclosed in the book, like on the first page, what to expect with the book.
Yeah.
It will be like some interpretation, but it will probably be based off my own interpretation.
Yes.
'Cause I want to
Yes.
do like my actual pre-recorded dreams. I will, first thing fresh in the morning, write my dreams down, the date, and just whatever I can remember and just keep that journal. And then I'm thinking of it being two different things in one. So maybe the first half will be my dreams, and the next half will be interpretation, or maybe pages for someone else to journal their own dreams. So just something like I'm still
Yeah.
working my way through it, but I believe
You,
it's going to be amazing.
you don't know how many people have insomnia, have vivid dreams, lucid dreams, cannot. It is a difference between the two. People don't, they connect the two, but they're
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Um, so it's you don't know how many people suffer from that and deal with that. Some people, I say, suffer, and some people spiritually connect to it and it's just perfectly fine for them. And then other people are like, "Just let me go to sleep.
Yeah.
Let me dream." I wake my husband up all the time, like, "So what does this mean?" And then if something do happen, I'm like, see, it's frightening because I knew it in the dream, and then it's
Mhm.
confirmed later on, and I'm like, huh, see, I didn't like that. But yeah, do that. So tell me about the cookbook. Can you cook?
So yes, I can cook.
Mhm.
Everyone loves my cooking, but I am not a bake from scratch type of girl. I learned how to cook by myself. I'm the type that knows how to put three ingredients together and it'll taste amazing. I watch
Yeah,
Chef Ramsay all the time. I love Chef Ramsay. But the cookbook is something that I don't have enough recipes for right now, so it's kinda like as I go, and it'll be something that I would wanna, like, pass down to my kids and my
yeah,
husband, something like
yeah.
that. So and then I may wanna do, like, a healthy cookbook for, health, because as I get older, I realize certain things you can't have, and just something where you can still enjoy foods,
Right.
even though it's healthy, So,
And lastly, the autobiography. I think everybody, um, and that's just me being creative. I think that you should always like talk about your life, tell your experiences through life. So that way somebody else, I'm always leaving a journal around, something I done written down. I found something the other day from 2014 when I was pregnant, and I was reading it to my now 9-year-old son. And I was like, I wrote this note for you, and it's like it was a dear to my dear unborn. And it was to my unborn, but now he's 9 years old, and I don't know what it was in the Bible. I had stuff down the Bible, and I was flipping through it, and it dropped down. I was like,
yeah,
"Please." So he was like, "It was for me, Mom." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Where was I?" I was like, "It was in my stomach." Those type of things throughout life mean something. Like writing them down, showing your journey. I think that's
it
amazing.
is. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that with me. Because I do find myself going through my old journals and I'm like, did I really write this? What was I talking about in middle school? But
Right.
it's beautiful to see those certain things because you don't realize the different feelings. You were a different person then, or you had different feelings at that time for certain things. So that's just very beautiful for you to be able to read that back to your son now and find something like that so beautiful. So that's
My
pretty.
husband, before we got married, while we was both on a different walks, he had written down his list for God, basically, and telling about how he, wanted to be married before this age, have this family, like that. And then he was just, he was like, all of the things that's in here, I stuck it down, and like years later it comes. So like we're those people. I'm one of those people that will like want to go to the mountains, write stuff down, to stick in a rock. Like I am that girl.
Yes.
Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, I like that. So do dream book, cookbook, autobiography, do those books. Yes.
Oh, thank
What is
you.
your favorite book in your catalog?
My favorite book, I would have to say, is my A Fool for You series, only because it hits home. That's my baby, so that's my favorite book. But I would have to say the favorite book that I wrote that was fun
Yeah.
was the Halloween Party in the Hood book. That was fun. I don't know. I feel like all of my books are fun too, and I love them all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to sound,
No,
you know,
they your
because
craft. That's you. Yeah.
because I don't write my stories down and they just come from my head, I'm excited every time I write a new book and I try to put something new in it. So I would have to say my favorite book will always be my first series because it's perfectly imperfect because nothing's perfect in this world. You get what I mean? And it shows my flaws. Even though I revamped it, it still shows where I was in the beginning of my writing career. But just to know that I told my story, not even the whole story, but I told my story, so I'm proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you too.
Thank you.
You 5 books in. Did you think you would even get past one?
No, I did not think it was going to be a part two. Honestly, I thought it was just going to, when I first wrote this book, it was 100,000 words.
Oh, you did.
I had to chop it down. I had lyrics in it. Oh my gosh. I didn't know. It was a lot of things I didn't know being an author. So I had to take a lot of stuff out. But I have all my original copies as well. So
Yes.
I have like 10 books in total of all of my books. But that's the one for me. I love A Fool for You 1 and 2. Thank you, baby. That's my fiance saying I'm proud of you too. Sorry.
We are proud of her. Food for You is an awesome book. I read book 1 and 2.
Oh, thank
Love Kendra,
you.
and I am going to read the Hood Halloween book. Like how
Okay.
yes, I'm gonna read that one
Thank
because I
you.
like you got a sense of humor in your writing too. So
I
I like that. Anytime they got some sense of humor, some hood in there,
I
some
try. I'm like, I wanna make them laugh. I wanna give the readers every emotion. When I used to read I'm sorry, I didn't wanna cut you off either.
oh no, you're good. I'm with you.
When I used to read, it took me somewhere. When I got really heavy into urban fiction reading, it was when I was in my domestic violence marriage back in 2020, 2017, and COVID hit. My job was like, okay, now we're doing everything from home. I'm doing my bachelor's online from home. My kids are doing school online. So now I am stuck in the bull crap. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm just like sick of it. So the urban books were what I turned to. I would go to the library and order like 20 paperbacks and just I'll sit and read on my downtime besides after spending time with my children, and it would just take me somewhere else. So when I said I wanted to write my book, I'm like, you know what? I read enough urban books. Let me see if I'm able to do this. And I also want my books to make people feel like they're in a movie, like they're there, because that's how I felt. I love the visualization piece of books. I don't care about the edits and all that stuff. I just want a good story. That's me,
And there you go. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because you're gonna find a flaw, but get me there. Now, I'm glad that you said something, little piece of it was like, when you went through your domestic violence
Yeah.
part of it, and then you put some of your, because sometimes a reader needs to connect with the story. And I did interviews, and then some of the readers or the viewers go back and read some of the author's work because they find a connection there now.
Mhm.
Now they want to know, like, now they don't really know what's inside of the book, but then that like now they want to connect because they get to see a different side of you. They get to see that you are human. They get to see that you do communicate with them. You are out here in the world with them, and like you're trying to get your work out there as well. So
Yeah,
like, that's the part that I love about the interviews because they get to see the human side of
yeah,
you, and
and a
not
lot of
just
yeah,
get this book, get this book. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, you know.
yeah,
I got it, yes,
and a
and
lot of times we're behind the scenes too, so because we're writing, so they don't see us. They're just reading our material.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. You guys are always working, and then you have to interact, and then you have to be creative, and then you have to get judged, and then you have to, I mean, and it's
Yeah,
just like, wow, this a whole lot of stuff I gotta go through just to
yeah,
be put yourself out there because to me, writing is like it's like a raw emotion. It's like me throwing myself inside out and telling you, here, judge this. You know what I mean? Here, read it, and here it is. And it's my working. And then for you, I was telling the author earlier, it takes you 3 to 4 months to write the book.
mhm.
It takes me 3 or 4 hours to read it. It takes y'all 1 minute to judge it.
Ooh,
So that right there, I mean, you guys spend that much time. You spend months writing. I spent hours reading. You spend a minute judging it.
mhm.
That's hard to do. That's hard to say have tough skin about. You
Yeah,
know, that's hard to say I'm gonna continue to push my work out regardless of what people say because that 1 minute can mess up those 3 months.
yeah,
And those 3 months can go to six, and now the six can turn to I'm not writing no more.
yeah,
I just commend every author that can still put it to the pen and keep pen pushing. So
yeah. I
kudos to you.
do too. It some reviews are very harsh. They are. But it's the other reviews, the great ones when you read people saying, "Girl, I read your book twice." I had somebody tell me earlier, I read your book for the second time today, and I thought when I thought about it, I'm like, "Wow, that really made my day just hearing something about my book," because when you don't get reviews on a regular or just because you have a huge fan base, that don't mean that you have the followers or the readers that's going to actually read and review, no matter how nice or no matter how many times you promote being an indie author, doing everything on your own and the legwork is very, very hard. But when you hear someone say that, when I heard that, I instantly thought of that book. I felt like Winter's Revenge was the book where I struggled the most. That was the book that kind of not gave me reader's block, but I kind of lost my motivation a little bit after that book because I saw a few reviews where they said, just too many different paths, or, some people don't like a lot of drama. I like a lot of drama, a lot of thriller, a lot
Mhm.
of crazy stuff, things that you won't even think about. I'm very fictional, so with my books, they're not
Yeah.
going to be how the real world is.
Mhm.
I like to put everything, give you everything a reader could possibly want, but you learn that your book may be not for everyone. As long as you know you're doing what you love to do. I do it because I love to do it, because it excites me, because it's something for me now. Something to myself besides working all day and doing something for somebody else and then coming home and doing whatever other responsibilities. I have something for me that I can call my own and enjoy doing. So,
And then not only that, you leaving your mark in the world. You putting your footprint in the world and saying, "This is my kids can look back on this. I can look back on this. Like my grandkids can know that grandma was the author." You know what I mean? Everything. And don't expect to go to Popeyes and get Chick-fil-A.
that's right.
I don't.
Mhm,
Um, if I have that taste for Chick-fil-A, I need to go there.
mhm,
You know what I mean? I don't go to McDonald's and want Burger King. It's just everybody is not for everybody.
yeah,
Everyone is not for everybody. And I feel like you guys writing and as a writer, um, as a I don't know what you call me, the motivator or something. But I be like, don't forget about the one.
yeah,
That's always my thing is don't forget about the one because if they're still reading, right.
yeah.
If 99 know the way, don't forget about the one.
No,
That's just how I feel.
I
Don't
don't. I don't.
don't forget about the one. Do you have a favorite author that you look up to or mentee?
So I have a lot of pen sisters and friends who I love so much, but there is one pen sister who I really truly love her platform, and she's super, super nice. She's always nice to everyone. She's really amazing. Author Shayla Renee. So shout outs to you. She is a businesswoman, author, publisher. I know she's under with her mom, I believe, Lady Lisa. So I just know she was one of the Penn sisters who I linked up with. I'm also very, very close to K. Marie, Maria Valens, and author
Uh,
Tasha Rice, author P. Wise. I have a lot of author friends on my page. I'm hoping we can all get together and do something that would be so dope for the author community. I'm still a growing, learning author, also, so I'm always down to learn and grow with everyone. I'm down, Ree. I'm down. I'm down. I know me and Kay was talking about some stuff on the side too, so I'm really ready to just say I'm ready to just go full force into being an author, but we know the coins don't add up if you don't have that platform as of yet in terms of getting those consistent reviews and page reads and things like that. So, but shout outs to author Shayla Renee.
all right, Chef Renee, shout out to you, girl. Linking up with authors and that's again that's something I love about this platform and things that I don't know if you saw the I did the round table for my birthday. It was like this this I had 15 authors on one platform and 13 authors on one thing and they are now some of them didn't know each other.
Hmm.
They're now creating like this kind of a sisterhood type thing. And I love it. And and it's like, okay, we didn't even know it, I didn't
Yeah.
know of her. I've read her work and nothing like that. But I love seeing that now once one book come out, one person's book come out, everybody shares and
Yeah.
everybody is trying to promote it. Everybody is they changing their profile screen and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
stay connected. Stay connected. Listen, stay connected.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say stay connected. How did you experience writer's block?
So I can honestly say I have not experienced that yet. I'm not going to say the N word because
Yeah, I know.
right. But like I was saying with Dear Diary, Winter's Revenge, I have had a moment where I just didn't have the motivation.
Mhm,
And I think what played a part in it was that it didn't get as many reviews or as much noise as the rest of my books. I do blame myself a little bit because I felt like I didn't really promote as much when that one, released and things like that. But I also felt like I had just released one like 2 months prior. So I may have been just like, okay, I need a real break. Because typically when I'm done writing a book, I'll give myself 2 weeks before writing another one.
mhm.
So, and because I'm creating the cover on my own, I like to do like a cover reveal, give like a timeline, a week's notice. Usually I'll drop a cover reveal a few weeks before I know my book is getting ready to drop, so they'll be expecting it. So,
How long do it typically takes you to write a book?
so it really depends on the length, but I would have to say 2 months maybe. And then like I like to do 2 to 3 weeks on like editing, proofreading. I'm still learning about other software. So like my fiance just got me a MacBook Pro, so I'm so happy because I
Go
finally
say.
yes, I finally get to download the platforms that I needed to kind of like structure my book a little bit because I know they're structured well, but I want them to be the way that they need to be. And
Yeah.
that was one of my concerns before releasing another one. So now my previous computer, it didn't have space. So now I have a computer with space where I can download everything and now I can get them done right.
Let's just go into the relationship part right now, right quick. Let's just for a minute. So great to have someone that supports your craft.
Thank
Um,
you.
it is. I mean, I do I do a lot, but I do the interviews and stuff, and then for hubby just opened up some stuff for me for Christmas, and I was like, yeah. So it just shout out to the hubby and
Yeah.
future
He
hubby,
got me
fiance.
good. He got me
Yeah,
good. So, my birthday was on Sunday last
yes,
Sunday.
happy belated.
Thank you, thank you. So he everything I asked for, he got me. But he got me good because I remember a few weeks ago, he said, "Babe, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to get you the laptop." I'm like, "Okay." I was a little sad, but I got over it. And
Mhm.
then he brings me this heavy old gift. I'm like, I had no idea. I had no idea. I opened it and I just went crazy.
Mhm.
If everybody know me, I scream and scream and scream till I can't scream no more. And I was
All
just truly
right,
grateful. I was truly, truly grateful and so surprised
all
and
right.
truly happy that he does support me. He like no lie, he it's 2 sets of books in this house. He buys his own. He pays just like everyone else. Whatever that price is for that paperback, he pays and he wants me to sign. I signed every last one of his books. He's like one of my biggest supporters. I appreciate him
All
so much.
right. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
I love love, period.
He's a
Um,
character in A Fool for You.
I love that. He's a
Thank you.
character. Oh God.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh,
MJ so
you all
MJ
right.
is my fiance. The main character, Shanae, is me, and then Rashad is my ex-husband. And then the other characters are my mom and my siblings, but they're not like the way that they're explained, it's not things that they have done. Little
Yes,
bits and pieces like my sister, for example, in the book, it referenced her Big Booty Judy. She really has a big booty, and I call her Big Booty Judy. So that's really true. Her eating chicken fingers all the time. She loves her chicken fingers. So that is something where my family would know, like, hey, this is me, kind of, you know? So.
right. So, before we go into our game, let me know about, okay,
Oh,
so yeah, we got a game, girl. But before we go into the game, let me know about how you do with, what was the question I had on the tip of my tongue? Um, okay, so if you're out of material, right, and if nothing's coming in your head, what is something you do? You watch TV, listen to music. What you do for you?
I spend time with my family. I may do something completely different or just do something that relaxes my mind. I don't think about it. I say, you know what, I'll just leave it where it is. When I come back to, is when I come back to, and that's when it'll flow. So,
Good, 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 good. All right. So this is a part of the game. This is a part of the show, rather, that I play game time. And prior
right.
to the show, I do a this and that, and it's two options. Hubby, just stay ears open on some of this, okay? Just in case, okay? It gets a little spicy sometimes. But anyway, this is game time. Start off light. So I will say, if you wanted to make a reader mad, right? If you want to make your readers mad, would you kill the main character or end with a cliffhanger? Which one?
And with a cliffhanger.
Yes. I'm telling you what, yes. I think I posted for some people's kill the main character. For me, it's kind of both, but that I posted on my thing. I said, you know what? This year, if in the cliffhanger, I'm standing on business. I am done with y'all on these cliffhangers. Listen, I'm so invested in this one book, and she just went. All right,
All right.
Bubby, you might want to tune in on this Friday night swing. Relationships, this or that. Dominant partner or submissive partner?
I can't say both.
No, dominant or submissive partner.
Because I feel like my fiance is both. So it's like dominant, be like,
What is
ooh,
it?
like
What is it? A little bit more. What do you care for? A little bit more dominant, and a little bit more submissive. A little bit everything.
It's so hard. Oh my God. Because I'm very strong-minded and independent. So it is very hard for me because I love the dominant because it's like, ooh, yes, daddy, ooh, sexy.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes,
but
yes.
but then I also like submissive because it shows that you are listening and opening and being available to my feelings kind of thing too. So and then
But
I
you had to choose. Yeah, you stuck on the island. You got to get off the island.
dominant because I want a man who's gonna stand up for me and tell them, "My
Yeah,
wife is not getting voted off the island."
yeah, yeah.
So,
Very
yes.
much, very much. You want that JC moment where he just did it. Yeah, right. You want that moment.
Or Will Smith, you know?
Oh God, you want to tell me up there, don't kill, you know,
Oh my gosh, he put the arm in the chat. Oh, he's so funny, Vic.
shut up. We ain't through yet. We ain't through yet. Okay. Relationship, this or that. Older partner or younger partner?
Older because he's older than me by like 4 months, couple months. Yeah. And taller.
Married for love or married for money?
Love, of course. I love love. Everybody knows me. My fiance always used to buy me jewelry with hearts because I literally love love.
I love it.
Yes,
All right, tropes. Which one would you choose? Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
friends to lovers.
Friends to lovers.
I would rather have friends to lovers.
Mhm.
Read about friends to lovers, not enemies.
All right, here's the one everybody normally say, keep my butt on. You only can pick one. And no, it don't matter which if you got money or not. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You will either have to get married, have an arranged marriage, or have a one night stand with the baby that resulted in a baby.
You can't see the guy no more?
No,
Like,
one
it's
night
my baby
and you done
daddy
got
though. Like,
or or run to a stranger.
well, one night stand is with a stranger too.
Yeah, and you get the baby with that one.
Yeah. Arranged marriage, I guess. No.
Everybody say, Markela, I can't stand you for that question.
I don't know. I
Yes.
I
Okay.
guess.
And the last one, if you could pick one place to write for the rest of your life, would you pick the mountains or the beach?
Well, I'm an Aquarius, so the mountains. That's like kind of like our symbol, water bearer up the mountains. So I'll be in the mountains.
Earth sign, so I'm Capricorn, baby. So well, I love the mountains. Love everything about the mountains. Soon as
Yeah.
I see the salt water in the water, I'm like, wow.
I love
You know,
water.
the mountains is just, and when you do go, try it. Try to write like some stuff down that you want to get rid of and like hide
Burn
it in.
it. We did that when we moved into my starter home. I had me and my kids and my fiance. We wrote down all the things that we didn't want or feared, and then we burnt it in
Good.
a fire pit.
Love that type of stuff. Love
Me
that type of
too.
stuff.
Me
Yeah,
too.
all about that. So let's get into you outside of being an author. Who are you
So, hey
outside of
everyone, I am Shaquoya Johnson. I am a care manager by day. So, I set up services for people with disabilities through OPWDD. Very, very busy job that takes a lot of my time, overtime, and all that too. So, nursing field by heart caretaker. Mom, of course, of two beautiful babies, Analia and Anaya. I love you guys. And fiance, all around family woman. I love to dance. That's something I used to do as a kid. So I'm trying to get back to that being old now. I call myself old, but
always dancing?
look,
Huh?
reset, always dancing. Well, when I had kids, I stopped dancing because I was insecure about myself, I would say, my physical look. And I didn't know if I knew how to dance how I used to back in high school. But I'm like, you know what? This can be a great way to get back to doing what I love to do. Cause I kind of lost myself when I was in my last relationship with that turmoil, with that marriage. So I'm like, let me get back into doing those things I love to do, not necessarily being the old me, but a new reformed me. So yeah, this is me, live
That
and in full effect. I love to joke. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. Everything. I love to eat.
like, listen, that dancing was my, mhm, it was my first love.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to battle, I used to battle dance.
Oh, me too. Oh. It's in
Um,
your first place. It's be on and popping.
I used to battle dance. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. It's things people don't know about me, but yeah, I used to battle dance. I used to hip hop battle dance. Don't look like
Yeah.
it, but I did.
See, it's
And
always the one they always say, "Oh, you don't look like you could dance," but then you see me, and it's like, "Whoa, yeah."
mhm, mhm. And it was before the I was dancing before. Okay, so what I'm in a little country, so I was dancing not how they were dancing here. So
Okay.
they now what they do, I'm like, I did all of that. Look,
Yeah.
I did all of that. But so I used to battle dance too. So I like that.
Okay.
What was your first love before you even thought about anything? Did you think you was gonna be an author? Did you think you was gonna
I
be
never thought I would be an author. I honestly didn't know what I really wanted to do. I just had so many different ideas. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades and I get bored easily. So I like to do things that excite my mind. So if it's something new, I'll be afraid at first, but once I get into it, I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'm always scared to do a podcast before a podcast, but once I get into it, I get into it because it's
that?
exciting, it's fun, it's new. And same with the art of crafts. So as a kid, like I said, I used to read a lot. That was something I really loved to do was reading. I used to write songs, try to see if I knew how to write poems, little things, raps, things like that, and writing in my journal in my diary as a typical teenager being in poverty. And I was a quiet kid, I wasn't popular, I wasn't famous. I moved around a lot and I guess growing up and as I started being like becoming a mom and really doing all those things, I'm like, I need something for me that I'll be happy doing. So writing is it. And dancing. And dancing.
Glad you shared that because sometimes,
Thank you.
it be it, I guess growing up and you having those things like that's why I said because girl, I was poetry, dancing, diary, journaling. I always had my head in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
Kind of like I wouldn't say popular by high school standards, but
Mhm.
popular by had my own thing going, like my
Okay.
own, like, yeah. So yeah, girl, I feel you. I feel. Is there something that your readers don't know about you? Like maybe an int. Well, I can't say introvert because you seem both.
I am an introvert, honestly.
Probably
Um,
both.
I'm an introvert.
You introvert? Okay.
I don't really I have my circle. I have a small support system. I've always moved around a lot as a kid, so I've never really had a lot of friends.
Mhm.
But people who I'm comfortable with or who I know I talk a lot, you can't get me to shut up, honestly. So I kind of have to tone it back sometimes. But I'm also fun and very, very loving. I give people the clothes off my back if I could. I do good deeds almost every day. I'm really that type of person you can reach out to and I can conversate with you. And if you're sharing your I've had so many people share their domestic violence stories with me, and I'm a domestic violence advocate, so that's a lot of things some people may know or may not know. Um,
That
and
was a
it's
question.
something that I've had to really hone in on because I tried to stay away from that and get that light away from me, but I realized that's a part of my journey. And my story may help someone else. So, and I'm fun. I love people. Like, I just like to have fun and drink margaritas. And I mean, sometimes, but I
Why
just
you
like to have fun.
tonight? You should have brought your margarita. Had you a
Oh,
good time.
I got wine in the fridge, but I didn't know if you gotta be professional on certain podcasts, so I don't know. And I want to make sure,
I have my glass of whatever,
Oh,
and we just
well, what
talk
did you have tonight?
anything tonight. I actually just had tea, but if I do my wine, I have me a wine or
Yes.
whatever. I am I have like a allergic reaction to certain alcohol, so I have to be careful about certain stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I like Stella Rose. I have Stella.
just tried Stella Rose Moscato, right?
Good.
And my husband got me a wine cooler for last Christmas. And girl, that's the best gift. And
Ever.
I love that thing. It's
Yes.
different from keeping it in the refrigerator.
I need
It
one. Babe, you hear that, babe?
it is a totally different taste, everything. Like, listen, hubby, you hear
I
that?
need, yeah, baby. Valentine's Day coming up. You hear it?
Yes, listen,
He said, I got you.
you
And
hear
thank you, best friend. I saw she said I'm the best, a great best friend. You are a great best friend too. That is
yes,
my best friend of over 15 years. I
that's
met
awesome.
her in Job Corps and we've been best friends ever since. So when I was 16 years old. So
That's awesome. That's all. Even that it don't matter about how small the circle is. It's about the support in the circle.
yes.
I have
And
a huge circle, but no support.
yeah, yeah.
So
And they
yeah,
are like one of my biggest supporters. They always showing up for me. I appreciate y'all and love y'all so much.
get her out here, get her on. Listen, this right here. Again, you guys go top of food for you on Amazon. Check out the rest of her catalog. Listen, she got more to come. What are you working on?
So I'm actually working on my third installment to my diary series. So my diary series, Dear Diary Sapphire's Revenge and Dear Diary Winter's Revenge. These books are like P Valley Players Club. So if that is the type of books you like, these are for you. Hot and spicy. So come get them. So I'm working on Dear Diary Candy's Revenge. They have been waiting patiently for that. So that will be releasing in the next few weeks. So keep looking out for that. Thank you,
No,
Kay. I appreciate it. I just seen her comment. Sorry.
and your fiancés too.
Oh, thank you, baby. Wait, you said you got me on the cooler, right?
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love the support and everything. You
Thank
got
you.
so it's Dear Diary, and
Yes,
you said it's like the P Valley to
yes. So it's a standalone series. You can read
Mhm.
them alone, in order, not in order. That's how they're written. So, Dear
Okay, wait,
Diary.
wait, well, okay. I, you gotta send me that too.
Dear
Listen, I'm
Diary.
collecting
I
over here.
really, really love Sapphire's Revenge. That one is really, I love it. I love Winter's Revenge too. Winter's Revenge is for Sapphire. She's like a promiscuous woman in the club trying to get her money, but because of her promiscuous ways, people come back for revenge and she has to figure out how to get out of it's just so many plots and twists and turns. We don't know if she'll survive or if she won't. And then Winter's Revenge, she is really like she got brought into the life at an early age, at a very young age. So she's like a foster kid who gets brought into the life at the age of 14, where she struggles to just try to find her path. And because of the things that she had to endure and go through as a kid, and child people come back for revenge. Look, Ree like effed up foster folks. She read it. She's so
So
funny.
I just downloaded Sapphire's Revenge, right?
Okay, thank
Yeah, I just
you.
downloaded that
Thank
one.
you.
So we downloading that one right
I
now.
am hosting for
I
that
got a
one.
reader. One of my reader buddies is in here. Also, Book Bessies is in here too. That's the Readers Club side that we got. That me and another girl, Kiara, we got Book Bessies, and then you got the Between the Page side. So, Book
Oh,
Bessies ladies, are if you are in here, we will start reading Dear Diary, Sapphire's Revenge. So we'll top
thank
that up,
you.
and we'll start that Monday.
Thank you. I'm actually doing something like that in my readers group. It's author Shaquoya Johnson's readers group. I just started a book club attached to that readers group called the Readers Corner, and we are also reading Dear Diary, Sapphire's Revenge. And I'm just asking for those of you that are on that are a part of my readers group to please make sure you leave a review and the live podcast discussion. The live discussion review will be February 17th from 3 to 4 p.m. So we'll be
Eastern
doing
or
that.
Central? Oh,
Sorry.
what time? Eastern times?
Yes, yes. I can send you the link if you like.
All right. So, ladies, book besties, the Sapphires Revenge. We're gonna show some support on the 17th. All
Thank
right.
you.
So I just downloaded my copy.
Thank you. I
Um,
hope you like it.
yes, listen, I love the food for you. I'm gonna get into, I am all about. You got it. Thank you, Shay Shay. Thank you, gay
Thank you
ladies.
so much.
That's part of the book besties group that we on our bestie stuff.
Oh,
Um, so we will go. Let's talk about reviews. Let's get into reviews. Let's stay with the ratings first.
okay.
How important is it? Let our readers know how important is it to leave a review.
I think it's very important for a reader or author to leave a review because people look towards seeing how they liked the book and what they liked about the book. It also shows the author what that person liked about their book or what they may need to change or fix. Some things are constructive criticism that could help the author also. So I think it's very important. It also helps grow your book, I feel like, too. The more reviews you get, the more I feel like it gives the open window for more people to see it on different platforms as well. So that can help.
Okay. Now let's negative reviews.
Okay.
Do do they affect you in a way? Sometimes it can be like destructive criticism. So let's just say that
Mhm.
they don't like a book.
Um, So I feel like there's two different kind of negative review. It's the constructive criticism ones, and then there's the ones where it's like
Destructive.
it's just rude. I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
rude.
destructive.
Some people
Yeah.
are just rude. The
Yeah.
constructive criticism ones, I really take those in and I see like I'm not gonna change my story. You know what I mean? Because it's just gonna be too many rewrites but if it's something I feel that's valid and valuable to my novel that can help enhance it, then I'm gonna do it. Like with
Mhm.
The Fool for You, when I first released the book, I didn't realize a lot of those minor editing mistakes. So when I had certain people saying that, that's why I chose to revamp the novel. So I do take into consideration those. But the harsher ones, they do sting, and I get a little discouraged, but I don't let it take over. I say, it's just one bad review. And I look at the majority. And majority are very good. A lot of people like my stories. Even when I first started with my first copies and everything, I got some great reviews. So I'm grateful for every review.
Yeah. Yeah. And Book Betsy has commented that they're gonna be downloading the ones that's in here. We got
Thank you.
so we will be reading Sapphire's Revenge and hopping on that for you. Cause I am all about building um these what people would consider underdogs. because you got these big publishers, you got a big company, you got a big following, and then you got those that are great at writing, and then like I think I read a girl's story. I think she had like 3 reviews or something like that, and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
girl's writing is like really good. I mean, I got all into this book, the stories and everything. But then you have some people that are like, I like, I like my space. I like I like doing this. It's the creative part. When I get into anything, another arena, I feel like it's a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's some people don't want that pressure. And then there's certain people that loves well my best friend, she just got signed and she's a phenomenal writer. And like she's a phenomenal writer and she's growing and she's so I am proud of her and
Yeah.
what she's doing. Shout out to Arthur Janelle.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
proud of what she's doing in the
Me
community
too.
and I'm a pusher. I'm gonna push those around me. Um, and then just being behind the scenes with different authors too, just seeing the breakdown, the discouragement, the tired, the one review just turn up your day and everything like that. And I'm like, girl, listen, you might not be writing for that person. You write for somebody else. You
Hmm.
know, I am everybody don't hear your voice when you talk. You can be talking to your best friend or you can talk to your cousin or anybody. You can tell them the same exact thing all year long. And then somebody on their job will tell them what you just said. And they like, girl, they just told me. And then they looking at them like, it's just some people can't tune you out
Hmm.
and they don't hear you. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So coming up for you next, you're going into the next revenge, right?
Yes. Candy's Revenge. So that is actually exciting because that is going to tie the standalone diary series and a Fool for You series together. So be on the lookout. I love to do the
Okay.
unexpected. So be on
Okay.
the lookout for that.
For you learning your way through your craft,
Mhm. Like that's
it takes
exactly.
sometimes it takes years to do that, to tie books together, to create a world, to do all these other things, and you're doing it fairly quickly.
Thank
So
you.
kudos to you, sister.
Thank
What would
you.
you say to any authors, any writers right now that want to become an author?
What I would say to anyone who wants to become an author is to fight for it, work hard, live your dream. Don't give up. Don't listen to what anyone else tells you. If that's what you want to do, then do it. Don't get discouraged if you get one review or if you get 500 reviews. Your time will come. It takes a lot of hard work, patience, and dedication. I will also say please don't do it for the money because a lot of authors, you don't really see no money like that unless you turn into a movie or something. But do it because you love to do it. That's what keeps me going is doing it because I love to do it. It's exciting. And anytime you want to reach out to me, you have advice. I'm the type of person I don't charge for you to learn the game. Like you can learn the game by Googling nowadays. So you can reach out anytime. I'm here too. But keep strong and keep that dream alive. As long as you have a dream, you have something.
And let us see a couple of those covers again before we get ready to
Ah,
wrap things up.
cool for you. Cool for you too. Dear Diary, Winter's Revenge. And I created these on Canva.
Go girl.
Yeah, just on my phone. I'm gonna upgrade a few things now that I have my MacBook. So
Thanks to
and this
Beyonce.
is A Halloween Party in the Hood. This is my fiance. If y'all didn't know, I put him on the cover. So he's on there on this side.
You on there?
I put him on. I said, I need somebody who looks hood. And my fiance looked at hood. So I had to.
Yeah. I like it. What did he say?
Thank you, Ree.
What did he say about it?
He's probably writing right now. Yeah,
What
see.
they about you putting on that getting on the cover?
Oh, he didn't even know. So I was like, "Babe, I'm creating a cover on my phone because I have camera on my phone, just dwindling." That's how I do it. I just work on different covers. But now that I have my laptop, I have Photoshop, so now I can do it the way I really want to do it with
Yes,
both.
yes.
So I'm like, "Babe, look at this," because I actually did this cover 3 times. I couldn't get it right. I'm like, "It has to look like a Halloween party in the hood." This is the title. It has to have that type of aspect on there. So I said, "Babe, look." He was like, I'm like, "You notice anything?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "That's you right there." He's like, "What? That's me. That's dope. That's dope." Oh, look, he said, "I love it. It's so dope."
My
Yeah.
apologies.
So
That's that's good. That's dope. That's dope.
thank
Hey,
you.
babe,
Thank
that's
you.
really good. That's really dope. That's really dope. All right. So listen, you guys, where can we catch all your books? Please let us know.
So you can find my books on Amazon. They're available in ebook and paperback. All of my books are free on KU. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can most certainly read them all for free. And then I also have them available in paperback for under 19.99.
Y'all heard that? All right. So, girl, listen, let me tell you, you're such a beautiful spirit.
Oh, thank you.
It's been enlightening for me to have this interview with you to talk with somebody that A is a dreamer, B likes to dance, you know what I mean?
You'll see
Writing
me on
and
TikTok.
everything like that. And listen, that support system, the best friend and fiance, that support system. When is the wedding? You got a wedding date set?
So So we are not going to disclose the actual date
Okay.
because we're going to have like not a bridal party, but the engagement dinner. And everyone who's going to be in the wedding, we're going to give them the wedding invitation with the date. But the year is 2025.
All right.
So I'm hoping I do have a challenge on my page because I'm monetized on both of my Facebook accounts. I am trying to get the 30,000, the 30K performance bonus. So how that works, it starts over once a month. And you make money once a month for how many likes, comments, whatever on your post, shares.
Mhm.
And the more shares and likes and comments you get, the more money you make on each post. So I have decided whatever money I make from Facebook each month, I've started putting it in a wedding fund. So that is going to fund our wedding.
Okay.
We have a budget of 10K for the wedding. So split half and half. My budget is 5K, his is 5K. And so far I'm almost halfway to my budget.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that with the support from my 16K followers, that I can make the money by my wedding. But I'm also going to share the experience on my social media platforms for everyone who would like to see and who has been supporting. And I'm actually getting ready to start that process. So I'll be sharing that with everyone in terms of places I'm looking at, in terms of destinations and stuff like that. And I'm also doing a challenge to get my dream home also. So I'm in my starter home. I'm hoping to get my dream home within the next few years. So
I like that. I like that. Very creative. So you are in your right lane. You are in the right lane. I think so. This is one on there. Need any help? Hit me up. I got
thank you.
mine on this side, but the wedding certification is on that side. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah, girl.
well, we have
Jack,
to talk.
yeah, Jack, girl.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, that's life. That one's different on this side, but on that side is the girl,
Okay.
girl. Oh, but a true Capricorn always
Well, you
going.
know, my best friend is a Capricorn, so she probably going like this in the comments.
Sure,
Hers,
she is. Listen, Cap season. Listen, we are true goats. We are
yes,
really
yes, yes.
always doing something like. it I don't know. It's exhausting, but it's fun, and that's just us. And
Yes.
we always coming up with some crazy ideas, and you looking like,
I
what?
love it though. I love my best friend.
Yeah, yeah, listen, I'm loving it. So it was a pleasure having you tonight. Again, you guys, please go follow her. Tell me all your social media platforms, please.
So I'm available on Facebook under author Shaquoya Johnson and author Shaquoya J. I also have my Facebook reading group, author Shaquoya Johnson Reading Group. My Twitter is author underscore Shaquoya underscore J. My Instagram is author underscore Shaquoya underscore J. You can find my website on Wixsite, author Shaquoya Johnson at wixsite.com. And then I also have my TikTok, author Shaquoya Johnson.
That's about right, yeah. And this was Between the Pages with author Shaquoya Johnson. You guys stay put for 1 minute and we'll get to questions. Remember, guys, like and subscribe to Between the Pages with Markela. See you next time.